Welcome back to KHAIR'S Garage. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, man. We were almost to 1,000 subscribers. Please help us get there, man. Up first, look what we got right here. That TRX thing. Pretty clean. All white, black trim. This is a really nice combination, but me personally, I don't like the white because it's gonna get dirty fast. TRX is kind of peeled off the side. We got some rear end damage. So that tow hook, lower bumper, rear tailgate, all that stuff is gonna be damaged. Hopefully not the frame, but very possible if it ended up totaling, because this is like an over $100,000 truck. Also got some exhaust damage. So most likely it does have a bad frame, or else I don't think it would have totaled out just like that. Right here we do have, looks like a part of the lower bumper or back bumper. Let's go around the driver's side and see if we can go ahead and get in that thing. At 6.2. Hopefully we can get a start. Not sure if it has power. Let's hope for the best. Ooh, and we do got some power. Pretty low mileage too, 17,000, if you guys can see that. Interior is fairly neat. Looks like somebody ripped this TRX logo off of here for some reason. Still has a tag on it, on the seat. Never seen a TRX one. I always see the people leave the one for the Hellcats and whatnot. But I like this thing, man. It has a cloth headline and no Alcantara up top. That big screen right there. Let's see if we can get a start. No key is detected. God dang. So we won't be able to hear this thing roar today, but nonetheless we can pop this hood and get a look at the motor, see what it's looking like. I assume it's going to be okay just because most of the damage seems to be in the back, but you can never be too sure, man. So let's go find out. All right, that supercharger reservoir is still full. Supercharger should be good. Can't really see the one for the engine. Yeah, can't see it, but you see down in there the motor, everything looks to be okay. That big supercharger up top. Dang, man, I wish we could have got a start in this thing, but nonetheless, still cool to look at. I like how they got this thing right here, but honestly, I don't really like it being in this location, because when I open up the hood, I want to see that supercharger. I know y'all do too. It is kind of far set back. Well, kind of set back far. I don't know why I said that backwards, but I guess that's because of this big giant Ram air intake. You see it goes through the hood scoops and through here, down through here, and then into the supercharger. That's a really long travel. But nonetheless, still dope to have this in your car, man. Let me know what y'all think about this TRX. This is my first time seeing it here, but this tag was kind of weathered. Like it's maybe been to another Copart, or it's just been in the back for a while. But there's a lot number if you guys want to go ahead and hop on the app and check it out. Bid on it if you think it's worth it. And let's move on to the next thing. Right here, we got that big dog, or should I say that big cat. Widebody cat, man. Y'all know this is my dream car. Even though I appreciate the wide body scat we got right now, man, I'm gonna eventually upgrade to this, because this is just a whole nother level. You see we got a lot of front end damage. Also got a little damage on this back end. I say a little, I mean a lot. See that rear bumper is all the way gone. The trunk panel is pushed in along with this reinforcement bar. The trunk itself is all the way smacked. Not sure how this happened. I know a lot of people look at this car, they're like, man, this might not be that bad of a fix. But to be honest with you, I know exactly where this car came from and what happened to it, which is why I say you have to be careful when you come out here, or even if you're online, just kind of going off of the pictures. The doors are locked to it. And I just happen to know that this car has a blown motor as well. When it got into the accident, it went over a curb. the bottom of the engine kind of got scraped off. Well, should I say the oil pan. So it had a huge hole in it, and everything drained out of it, and it was still running, and the engine seized as well as the supercharger. So when you're doing this, man, you really have to be careful, because I know it might not look like much, but once you go into it, you'll find out, man, you're in for a lot more than you anticipated. So always, man, always take your time when you're doing this stuff. Calculate for anything, and always just know the risk, because you could go all in and think that this is a really nice car, drop 30,000-40,000 just to find out that you have to get a new motor and basically replace half of the body, which means that you probably should have just went ahead and put a down payment on a brand new one, or just waited and found another one at the auction that you see and run and drive and actually kind of have a good idea of what's going on with it. So even though this is a beautiful car, it's not worth it. So just be cautious, guys. However, if you want to buy this thing for parts, put in maybe a couple $1,000 just to do maybe a wide body kit on your own car with the back door, so I know these things are hard to get. Take out the seats, the interior, and do whatever you want to do for a swap and get some nice wheels, do that. But I would not go crazy on bidding on this car. All right, this one right here for you, Jay. I know you're a fan of these Wranglers and Jeeps, man, so let's go ahead and check them out. We got two back to back. Up first, we got some front end damage right here. There's a lot number. Let's see if we got anything else going on with the body of this thing. Not really, so pretty much looking like just that front end. Honestly, it probably damaged the frame, which is why it's been totaled out. But if you go ahead and get like a frame swap with this thing, you might be in the game. Hopefully we got some type of power so we can really check it out and see what's going on. Interior is pretty clean. Yeah, Sarah might be in a woman's car, just by all the stickers and stuff she got going on. Well, he or she. Hopefully we get something. Okay, we got action. Looks like 75,000 on the mile.
5683.
Ooh. Yeah, let's turn that off. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can get a start. All right, we got to start, guys. All right, let's pop that hood. If I can find out how to do it on this thing. I always forget. Yeah, I don't know. But let's look to the front and see if it's already kind of open. It might not even have a hood latch. It might just be kind of where you open up these things. I'm not a Jeep guy, so I don't know. All right, there we go. We got it open. We just figured out Blue's Clues. But nah, you see it. Everything's straight. Let's see what that thing looking like down there. Don't think there's anything in that radiator, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this thing off, because I don't want this thing to overheat or anything like that. But nonetheless, you hear it, it starts up. Pretty much gonna be that little small front end damage. Let's get it rev. These things aren't made for power, so it's not gonna sound too like beastie like those two back there might have. But let's go ahead and see what it sounds like. Yeah, nah. Fun vehicles to drive, but they're just not made to be out and about doing crazy stuff unless you're rock climbing or something like that. But now on to the second one. You see the side end damage right here. Front end is pretty much just that fender. Might have just side swiped something. You see the doors gone. Probably gonna have to get this B pillar replaced. You definitely will. God dang. Yeah, that's definitely a swap right there. Ain't no fixing that. But I would go ahead and just part this thing out just because that damage looks so severe. Not really worth it to me. Interior is not too bad, just a little dusty. They probably had the windows down. All of the parts he took off in the back seat there. This one has power. Let's go ahead and see if we can crank it up. And we do get a crank, man, so that's pretty cool. This looks pretty new. Let's see if we get a window sticker. And we don't. What is this? Oh, okay, so yeah, when a car gets in a wreck, they have a thing called, what is it called? Basically a frame bench. They put it on from a company called Carolina, which is one of the most popular. And they'll go ahead and measure it out to see how far everything is off from where it's really supposed to be originally. And I guess everything was too far off and they couldn't fix it or it would be way too expensive, so they went ahead and totaled it. But nonetheless, you see it. Pretty cool car. Let's check out that motor. Don't think it's going to be damaged just because most of the damage is on the side, so the front end should be just fine. And yeah, everything up front is pretty decent, man. Let's get a little rev so we can hear how quiet this thing is. Yeah, and it's not on nothing just because it is a Jeep, unless you have like what CJ on 32s had when he had that Demon. But even that caught on fire, so it didn't last too long. So unless you're getting the Trackhawk, don't expect, or SRT Cherokee, don't worry about anything having power from Jeep. They're mostly made for off-road and just having that kind of fun. But nonetheless, they are pretty cool. Thank you for tuning in, guys. As always, it's a pleasure to go ahead and show you what's going on. And I thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, man. Until next time, peace.